Okay, thank you very much for joining. Um, Today we're going to have our last tutorial, and in today's session we're going to recognize the value of ICT in developing academic work. So, what are we going to cover in our indicative content? Apologies for that. We're going to be using personal examples, evaluate the use of ICT in improving quality and efficiency in academic work, ICT use in education, virtual reality in education. So what have we covered in our previous tutorial? Our first tutorial, we looked into ICT skills in the healthcare sector and how these are now used with through nurses and doctors to improve the healthcare sector. We looked into the devices and hospital management system. Then in the second tutorial, we looked into the physical and software component of a computer. And in yesterday's session, we looked into safeguarding online and how to protect our children and our kids from what from bad things in the internet. In today's session, we're going to look into the latest technologies which are used in education. So we have interactive whiteboards. As you can see, these tools are basically the combination of computers and projectors. So what we can see is that the screen can now be controlled by a pointer, and we now have the ability to interact. So as we know, we have a traditional whiteboard. With this interactive one, we have the ability to do more things. So we can open different pages, or we can save our previous work as well. So interactive whiteboard are really useful, and we can find them in many colleges nowadays. Then we have interactive tablets. So these are another tool that, although they are less widespread, we can use them with a group of children in the infantile stage. So this tablet are very much for educational purpose, and children can now learn and share across the other kids with these interactive tablets. Also, we have our traditional laptops and workstation, which we already know. This could say that they were the first two that came into the classroom. So I know every college, university has a library, let's call it library, or a classroom made of computers where students can just access them and they can now do the research or write the assignment. So this workstation are always made available by all the institution in order for the student to be able to complete their deadlines in time. So if a student do not have the financial ability to purchase a good performing laptop, they can now use the ones made available by the institution. Also, nowadays we can find digital books or ebooks. So these are tools with digital textual content for which a screen should be used. So this they usually use in the classroom, which is accompanied by other types of content such as audio visuals or even online. Also, we have software for online application. As you can see, with the advent of new technology, this can now be possible to use a different program So we have educational platform for pages where there are online activities that we can use to work in different areas in knowledge. Also, we need to know regarding the use of multimedia. So multimedia resource are basically those tools that can always be used in the classroom to make learning less monotonous. So what example do we see here? This could be televisions, videos, DVD, and so on. So these are just to help the student, motivate them, and improve them level of learning. Also, in this decade, in this area, we now have the introduction of virtual teaching platforms. So I'm pretty sure you guys might be familiar to Udemy or Coursera, and there are also very old-fashioned one, such as YouTube, which is pretty much a virtual learning platform where people can just access this video and learn anything they want to know. So these are really good platform where people create this video and make really nice e-learning tutorials. Also now we have virtual reality, or also known as VR, which is now used to provide human being with a virtual environment where we can interact with a computer, such as we do in the real world. So this virtual reality allows us to simulate a reality very close to the real one, and it is very emerging technology where people have now looking into. So this was everything for today's session. This was a very brief session. So in the next tutorial, we'll cover our assignment discussion. So we will look into plagiarism and similarities. So we also looked into how to write an assignment and how to avoid making similarities, and especially by referencing our work. So we'll also have a sample assignment from a past student. So this will now allow you to understand how you need to write your assignment and what are the mandatory tasks for you to cover in order for you to achieve a pass grade. So if there is no any question for today, I'll just end the session. Thank you very much for joining and have a good day.